What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. The curse is over. It's gone. It's out the effing window. We won. We had a derby win against Schalke 4-0, in which was honestly an incredible stream for those of you guys who were there throughout it. We obviously had our interview with Patrick Omayela, which was honestly so much fun. We're going to have the footage up for you guys on YouTube potentially tomorrow or Monday, something for you guys to enjoy if you weren't able to see it live. And of course, we were able to talk with some of the other fan groups all across the US, which was also very, very cool. And then on top of that, we went in there with a big performance and got a very comfortable 4-0 win for the boys. And now we're coming back over here on YouTube to celebrate. So I really hope you guys did enjoy that. I mean, the interview I hope you enjoyed because it was very cool to do, as well as hopefully just watching the game in general. So I'm very excited to have you guys on here today. This is going to be Community 5 Takeaways. I have a bunch in my head, but I'm just in such a good mood and want to hear exactly what you guys are thinking of. So, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And this is definitely the new setup from now on. So in case any of you guys were wondering, this is when we go live, this is going to be our setup. I mean, it's got to be. It's that or it's the luck from Omayela. I don't know. I'm excited either way. We're going to get in. How did Sancho do? He did fantastic. If you haven't noticed, he's rocking the captain's armband proudly on our thumbnail, which he looks so good doing. Captain Sancho. I just hope so much that we get top 4 and there is still a chance we keep Jaden. Yeah, I mean, if we do keep Jaden, it will come directly from going into Champions League football next year. I didn't see that side of Jaden before. I've said it on this channel a few times, and you guys have known that I had a feeling he'll be out the door no matter what. I really did. That's what I've been saying. But I didn't see that kind of passion, man. I didn't see him kissing the crest. I didn't see him once again taking the armband and throwing it on, and then the celebrations at the end would bring a tear to your eye. It was incredible. The entire experience was absolutely incredible. So I don't now know what Sancho's future has in store. Because for me, honestly, like, it just kind of made sense. I thought maybe he personally was maybe thinking of moving to the Premier League, plus obviously the finances. But seeing him act the way he did today was incredible. And I'm sure it made every one of you guys very, very happy to see that. Alex says we need a win after win after win to qualify for the Champions League. You are very, very right about that. Jane Sancho is going to stay at BBB. I hope so, man. I hope so. Well, only time will tell. Sancho will leave regardless, mate. He is a United fan. That's why he'll be saying that. But, I mean, again, I have said it before. So, I mean, I now I'm starting to not know exactly what his future has in store. I mean, there's obvious reasons why he may go, but there's starting to see some reasons why he may stay. But, man, it's going to depend on if we get a Champions League football. That's for sure. I'm a BBB fan, but Sancho leaving, though, and people forget that when the player wants to go, they had to let them go, and they'll call us a selling club. I mean, I don't consider Dortmund a selling club. I've said this for a while now. We're not selling much. Over the last few seasons, we're not a selling club anymore. We may be forced to sell, but that's because we collectively didn't qualify for Champions League, on top of the fact that there's a pandemic going on. So, yeah, I wouldn't call us that. Matar's here, and he's very happy that we had a big victory today. Matar, thank you so much for the kind words. We always appreciate it. He's going to leave for a Euro side. He's probably going to leave, but it's not guaranteed to United. Again, guys, I don't know. Josh is so energetic. Had a great day, man. Had a great day. It was a lot of fun over on Dortmund's Twitch, as a lot of you guys know. The community is absolutely buzzing. Everyone who is joining us over there, we really appreciate it, and we're excited to be back here live with you guys again. Fully well says, a good stream, Josh. Absolutely. Woohoo, Josh. Great stream here. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Scoreline is in the name, yet again. Isn't that funny? Schalke 04. Producer T had a huge laugh about it. And you know what? I did too. I thought it was funny. Jude had a great assist today as well. Josh's first win on BBB's Twitch. It's about damn time. We've had a few pretty ugly results, and this is probably why I'm as energetic. And also, man, I got to talk and chat with Patrick Omayela, which is absolutely incredible. He's such an amazing person to talk with, and it was very cool hearing about some of his stories as well. So again, if you guys did miss that, don't worry, it will be up on YouTube. Schalke loves representing their name. Yes, they do. 12 games, maybe with at least 11 wins. Man, it's gonna be still a challenge to compete for the top 4. Frankfurt and Wolfsburg are not making it easy on us whatsoever. Not a chance. But let's get into our first takeaway. So I'm just going to collectively start picking them throughout the course of this conversation. So I'm going to say the first takeaway is going to be Captain Sancho. And the main reason I want to talk about him is, A, he had a great performance. He had a goal and an assist. Had a very nicely taken goal, and then the assist he picked out for Holland. I mean, was exceptional. The goal itself was amazing, but the assist was world class. On top of the fact that he's showing that he's Dortmund at heart, man. Like, him kissing the crest was amazing. Him celebrating the way that he was. The fact that he wore the armband again, which I didn't quite pick up with right away. All of a sudden, there was a shot of him wearing it. I'm like, oh. I loved every part of it. I don't know what his future has in store. I really don't, but he's enjoying every second of playing for Borussia Dortmund right now, and it's absolutely incredible. I'm very excited to hopefully see him turn a leaf. Maybe his future isn't as clear as a lot of people thought, and that he may be staying at this club, but only time will tell. Lucas says, what a performance. Chan at center back was great. Dahoud, our future. Sancho with the captain's armband. The team's got their spirit. Well, Nick, I'm definitely going to take one of those to be a takeaway, and I'm going to take Dahoud. You guys, I'm a cliche. It is what it is, but man, it's about time he's come in. This is 2 games back-to-back that he started. He looked incredible again. He just looks comfortable on the ball. We already know he's a very technically gifted player. We know that he's great at passing. And the one thing that Omayela actually pointed out to me, and I didn't really think about it that much, is we talked about earlier in the season how we like to do the U. Remember that? Remember we talked about that? How we just like to build up and then just play with the ball. You never really see a ton of crosses, and you never really see long-distance shots. Dahoud is not afraid to take a rocket from 25-plus yards. He tried one today. He's obviously, we saw the one he did against Bayern, and then the exceptional goal he had against Sevilla. And having a player like that, it just adds a little dimension, because Haaland doesn't like taking long shots. Royce doesn't really take them much anymore. Same as Sancho. These guys like building up and getting it into the box for one of the 3 or 4 to finish in there. So I thought what Dahoud is bringing into this team is exactly what I thought and was hoping he was going to this season. Absolutely incredible to see. So yeah, Dahoud has to be in. And if Dahoud stays next year, I mean, I already talked about this. Let me know if you guys want it. If we do our first giveaway, which I wasn't sure exactly what it's going to be, I think it's leaning towards a Dahoud jersey. And then I might get one for myself because, come on, why not? All right, where were we? A lot of comments here. I'm slipping way behind. Let's go. Catalina says, I'm impressed that we've destroyed Air 404. It was an impressive performance, but all in all, we should have had a comfortable win nonetheless. Is it true that Rosa wants to keep Dahoud in his BBB team? So yes, I stated that earlier. I read it in an article and read it a couple times on social media, and I can't find the article. A couple people messaged me on Instagram and asked, hey, can you send me the article? And I haven't found it yet, so if I do find it, I will put it in the Discord. But I have heard, and I think that's why some of the rumors are coming up. I mean, the fact that the rumor that Terzic is going to stay on next season and the rumor that Dahoud is in Rosa's plans means that Dortmund is in communication with Rosa, which is why I think that there's some friction going on there. But I will look my best, and I do think Dahoud's got a very good shot. He looks exceptional out there, man. Exceptional. Completely different kind of person. And I am looking very much forward to hopefully him potentially being a part of this team. I'm so happy we won the derby with Schalke for a while. It will be for a while, in my opinion. Our form turned around so quickly, hopefully we can continue. And that's going to be my third takeaway. And my third takeaway is going to be Edin Terzic. And I mean, we know that he's a young manager. We know that he hasn't always made the correct decision, but I always think that he's trying to learn from his mistakes and grow on that. And I think him switching tactics has definitely shown that. I think him having the balls to go into the 4-3-2-1, a formation they have never played with before, and putting up the result he did against Sevilla was exceptional. And then you guys who were maybe tuning in throughout the watch along, I like to try to give my piece on what I would potentially do in that situation. And the first thing I said I would do, and about the same time he did it, is I said, all right, we have a 2-0 lead. Let's switch into the 4-3-2-1. We still have enough attack up front to cause Schalke problems, and we add that extra body in the midfield. And that's what makes a good manager, is be able to make these tactical decisions. And as soon as I was talking about doing that, not even 5 minutes later, he brought off Brandt for Bellingham, which is exactly the substitution I would have liked to see. Granted, at that time, we did just make it 3-0, so, I mean, it made even more sense. I would have even done it earlier. And he switched into a more comfortable formation that could soak up a little bit more pressure. And he was just making the right decisions. And knowing that, yes, he could have started in the 4-3-2 or the 4-3-2-1, but he ended up doing the 4-2-3-1. And then just knowing when to switch in game. And I think that just is going to help him grow, especially finding the opposition and making the tactical decisions when needed. Which I was very impressive with his decision-making today. We wanted to go to the Europa. Okay, just a United fan. Sancho looked very, very happy, man. and not even being biased when he kissed the BBB badge, pointing at it, he genuinely looked happy. He absolutely did. He looked so happy. I couldn't believe it. I wasn't expecting that kind of reaction from him, and even the reaction at the end. I mean, producer T was tearing up. It was emotional. I mean, the way that they went over and were celebrating and putting their hands up in the air, it was incredible. It makes us miss fans in the stadium because that corner of the stadium would have erupted around that. De Hood is now our main CM. He has to be. But every time I say that he is, it turns around and something happens. It's just been a weird story, but in my eyes, and hopefully in your guys, it looks like it's time. It's his time has come, and it's incredible to see. Sancho is a Chelsea fan. He is. This week seems to be the turning point of our season, and I agree with that because a lot of people were reaching out to me saying, hey Josh, would you mind if we got knocked into the Champions League so we could focus on the league? And I said absolutely not. I see the point that it would obviously rest some of the players because we'd be playing less games, but when you win a game like you did against Sevilla and you pick up the confidence you did, you continue that form, and they continued that form today and just ran over a very lackluster Schalke side. Bellingham was amazing today. He pressed super well, outstanding. Bellingham was very good when he came off. Him and De Hood are very good at pressing. They do it a very different way. They do it at a very high speed, and Bellingham had a couple decent runs and a beautiful ball into Haaland, who Haaland will be, again, our fourth takeaway. And it is the sleeping beast, and a couple of people said since he came back from his injury, he hasn't been able to do it in back-to-backs. He'd have a good game, and then he'd have a bit of an off game, and then a good game, and then an off game. But he's done it twice now, man. 4 goals, 2 games, and 2 huge games. The mother of all derbies, and of course the Champions League tie against Sevilla. Haaland's an animal, and that exceptional bicycle kick he put in was incredible, man. Like, I was freaking out on stream, and yeah, we're very lucky. We're very honored to have a striker as talented as Erling Haaland is, and hopefully him and Sancho can potentially stay at this club moving forward. Sancho, seeing him scream, make the biggest BBB fan cry. Absolutely, man. It was very cool to see. Also, Sancho is a proper captain material, no doubt. Well, the way he's playing, man, and the professionalism of this kid, I agree. I mean, there was a lot of rumors. I don't know what Sancho's opinion was. Is if he wanted to go, if he wanted to stay, but nonetheless, he stayed true to the team, and it showed, and he's starting to find some pretty good results. A lot of people are saying that Sancho's a very good captain. We aren't a selling club. We used to sell but for financial reasons, but we have the money to go buy expensive players. Yes, Chris, I agree. Everyone keeps saying we are a selling club. We are not a selling club. We do not sell players really anymore. We honestly do not. Over the last few years, we've been buying way more players than we've been selling, and I agree. We are not a selling club at all. Finally, it seems like De Hood is finding himself. Yes, and I don't know why it's taken so long, but the time has come. I 100% agree, and it's been an ongoing little joke here on the channel that we've just always loved De Hood, but it has. The time has come, and is incredible to see. Really is, and I'm very happy for him. Haaland's bicycle kick, though, yeah, it was incredible. Again, a generational talent. Him and Mbappe will more than likely be the new Ronaldo and Messi, and they are creating a little rivalry with each other, which is cool to see. I can see that Sancho, if he wants to leave, could rejoin Dortmund in the future, and De Hood, the legend, he's picking up the ball and loose before. We didn't have a player like that. Yeah, well said. And I don't know what's going to happen with Sancho's future, but, I mean, De Hood's future, those two were the 2 players that were potentially looking to leave the team, and it looks like they potentially both might stay. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but if players is kissing the crest, pounding the badge, he's either staying for life or a hypocrite. Whew. Only time will tell, my friend, but I know. I wasn't expecting a reaction like that, but he definitely did. He scored 4 and 3 times against Bayern. This week has been a great run around for Sancho, who has a great form, and the captain, De Hood, starting more often, finding himself. Haaland being a GOAT. Yeah, well said. Very well said. And the team is just becoming a family and playing together. Yes, and that's going to be my 5th and final little takeaway is the passion behind this side. We've had a lot of interesting results over the course of this season. It's been hard to stay positive. It's been hard to be able to know exactly what this team is going to be about. But the ending of this game was incredible. And watching people saying I'm tearing up. I mean, I damn near almost teared up. But you see the way that they were so excited, that they were jumping into each other, that they were celebrating, that they were going over where the fans would have been, and just showing the love behind this team. Something has clicked, and I have a feeling it came from this Champions League little run we're going on, especially with that big result against Sevilla. Something has changed. This team looks totally different, and I'm excited to see what Terzic can do for the rest of the season there. If we beat Bielefeld, I think the crisis can be considered over and not jump to conclusions. Yep, the Bielefeld game will be interesting. We'll be doing that watch along over on our YouTube channel. So hopefully that'll be another big result for us. I like how Terzic has changed the tactics today. Yes, I do too. I thought he was going to go with the 4-3-2-1. He surprised me, went with the 4-2-3-1. But he was able to adapt, like I said. He was able to adapt in mid-game, and it was honestly a relatively decent performance all around from everyone on the pitch. Maybe it's just me, but Mukuku looks really good every time he plays. I wish we could play him more. I do too, man, but it's very hard for a kid that young to be able to break in. We have too much talent in front of him right now. I think he's just hoping to develop the way that he is. But sooner rather than later, man, he will probably break into the squad. De Hood is a classic Dortmund player. He's high caliber. He should get more game time with y'all. Matar, absolutely agree, and I just want to see him continually grow because he is just a sensational talent. And people kind of were making fun of me throughout the year, and they said, all right, we're on our 5 takeaways. First takeaway, De Hood should have started. And I'm looking at you, Luca, but you did it jokingly, but you did it because I did. I talked about it all the time at the beginning of the season, saying that this guy needed to start. I saw something different in him that I just thought he could bring so much to the squad, but he was never really fancied. And he was given a chance, and he absolutely took it against Sevilla. It's a good day, man. Good day. Dan is pumped. Just imagine our defensive midfielder. We would have such squad depth. If someone gets injured or tired, we can replace him with another great player. For example, Witzel, and we put in De Hood, Bellingham. Well said, Chris. We have never had a problem scoring an open team. The problem has been we are up against teams that sit deep and defend, and we hope that we can against Bayern throughout. Yeah, and a game against Bayern, man, I hope we play in a 4-3-2-1. That has to be the formation. We're going to be soaking up pressure and plugging in that other midfielder in the middle of the park. Bellingham and De Hood pressing the way that they can. The defensive awareness of Delaney, it equals a very, very well-balanced team. And of course, you only need 3 players up front firing. And if you think about it, it's Haaland, Sancho, and Royce, for example, usually firing. And then if Brandt starts, whoever usually that outside winger, which is usually Brandt or Royce, they're generally quiet. So switching them out and just leaving the front 3 that fire on all cylinders and having an extra body in the midfield has created a much, much more balanced team. And it's very cool to see. And I have a feeling against Sevilla and potentially Bayern, we may see the 4-3-2-1 as well. De Hood is a central midfield playmaker. 100% he is. Yeah, it really touched my heart for some reason when the ref blew the whistle, and you could see the smile on Sancho, the motion, he was screaming. It made me happy. It was beautiful. It really was. Dirty Sanchez said that goal was incredible. But yes, the emotion was amazing. I haven't seen that in a while. That's why I said something has clicked with this team, and it's very cool to see. But Kevin put up a very good point as well, and I did not talk about this yet. He says, have you talked about Mirai yet or not? 2 good performances in a row. Kevin, you nailed it. 2 positions that I think generally have been hurting us has been the midfield. We've now put in De Hood in the right back position where Mirai is jumping on. Both of those players have now played 2 games. Sevilla, Schalke. Both of them has been incredible. The first goal came because Mirai went in with the energy he has, pressed the ball, won the ball back, got it to Sancho where he had an incredible finish, and then De Hood has just been doing what De Hood has been doing. So it's been very cool to see these players grow, and everyone was generally worried about the right back position. But now we have Meunier who can still obviously do a job. But with the immersion of this young Mirai, I think it's going to be very cool to see what he can do going forward. And of course, now this new formation, which I'm very excited to see about. But yes, great point, Kevin. We're just adding on to the takeaways because I've done my 5, but now it's just getting more into the mix. Why is Sancho not in the discussion for a future Ballon d'Or player? I think he is. I think Mbappe, Sancho, and Haaland are probably the 3 biggest names for future Ballon d'Or because they have about a decade plus now to do so. There was a lot of English spoken on the pitch today. Is it weird understanding what players were saying? I think it's cool, man. I really do. And like I said, I've said this a lot of times, the Bundesliga growing in the North American market and just having, Gio, having Jude, having Sancho with a lot of English speaking as well. And I know Royce can speak English and there's a few other players in that Dortmund squad. So it's not surprising for me, but it is very different because over the years you usually didn't see that. So me being English and working with the team the way that we are, I'm so excited about it. And I love the fact that it's growing over here. I love the way that the channel is growing, and everyone who's on right now who maybe isn't subscribed, please do subscribe, please like, and I hope you guys enjoyed that game as well because it was absolutely incredible, and I am just smiling from ear to ear. When they waited for Delaney after the celebration shows the team spirit. Yeah, again, guys, emotional. If you wanted to see me cry, that is the moment to do so. We need defensive stability, and the defensive stability came from the change of shape. Putting 3 midfielders in, and especially that can press the way that Dahoud and Bellingham can, and then just having Delaney floating under them has worked wonders, and I think it's going to be a very key tactic that Terzic is going to do for the remainder of this season. Do you think Haaland will go to City? I do not. I think Haaland will be here, like I've said, no matter what, especially after seeing these emotions, man. I mean, I don't even know. I'm not even sure what Sancho's future has in store, but Dortmund don't want to lose Haaland, man. He's their prize. Like, he is. Sancho's very close to that as well. I didn't know what Sancho's future had in store, and it's showing that it may be Dortmund, so only time will tell. Just imagine if Bayern lost today. Yeah, that is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe Frankfurt pulled that around, man. Think again, Josh. This selling club status is absolutely not a good thing for BVB. Young talents will be attracted to the club and will never get talents to rejoin them long-term project. Again, guys, I don't think that we are considered a selling club. We have not been a selling club for a few seasons now. If you look back to the season where we picked up Schultz, Hazard, Hummels, Brandt, who did we sell? No one. We spent a lot of money. We're not a selling club by any stretch of the imagination. If we have to shift one of our big guys this year, it means because we didn't qualify for the Champions League or COVID is hitting us hard. It does not mean that we're a selling club, and I think the signings you look over the last few seasons really alludes to that. I think Dortmund's a huge draw for young players who want to come here because they can see that they'll get onto the pitch, they'll develop, and they'll grow into, hopefully, generational talents. We just have to not sell them off. I agree with you, Kevin. Marai's pressing and maturity as a player has become as a starter for sure, in my opinion. I would rather him over Meunier. Meunier has only experience over him. Yeah, I mean, I think now the right back position, just like the center midfield position for Dahoud and Marai respectively, is theirs to lose. I think the way they keep putting performance like that, they're going to be starters going forward. And the nice thing is they don't have a ton of minutes under their legs because they haven't played a lot this season. So there should be no reason why they're not starters throughout the remainder of this season. We got a congrats from a very, very respected Bayern fan. We appreciate that. Sancho wearing the captain's armband again. I found it literally funny. Did you? I found it funny at first because I didn't notice it, and then I was surprised. But then seeing the passion and him kissing the badge, I mean, he deserved to wear it, man. I absolutely loved it. So now hockey, Josh. You're asking if I'm going to watch hockey? I don't know. My team's the Senators, and they're trash. So it's been sad watching them of late. But I'm just praying for my guy Hazard to come back. We really miss him on the wings right now. Brandt and Reyna are great players, but they aren't a fit. Exactly. Very well said. If we want to rock a 4-2-3-1, we need Hazard back in. Otherwise, we do the 4-3-2-1 and just have either Sancho, Royce, Brandt, or Reyna up in those two floating center attacking midfielder positions right under the striker. If Haaland had to leave for some reason, which club would frustrate you the least? I'd probably want him to go to La Liga if he left. Dahoud equals GOAT. Well said. Thomas Meunier, I don't think is better as Hakimi. No hard feelings, but we need to replace him. Marai is doing good. Well, Marai, like I said, man, this is Marai's position to lose right now. It absolutely is. Can't remember the last time I was so happy and emotional after a game. Me too, man. Me too. Dahoud confirming he deserves a spot. He absolutely does. Well said, and I'm just genuinely happy because again, so many times it's been an emotional ride for Dahoud. I was so positive about him, and then just said, okay, his future's set. He's gone, and out of nowhere, man, it's cool to see. Delaney needs more praise. He gives 100% every single game. He does, man, but unfortunately for him, he plays in a position where you just don't get that praise. But yes, he does a job. He does a job behind the scenes where he does the defensive, dirty, nitty-gritty work, and he does it fantastic. And that's why they're working on a new contract for him, and hopefully Delaney will stay at the club for some time now. Can't wait for Hazard to come back. Brandt on the left side kind of hurts. It does. It's why that we're seeing this 4-3-2-1 work wonders. Terzic and his tactics are golden right now. We have a defensive midfielder that can also push up and defend. Exactly. And that's what Jude and Dahoud bring, man. They track back, they press well, and they're very dangerous going forward. We see what Dahoud can do, and even Jude with the runs he's made today has been exceptional. Still, we need someone powerful and consistent and reliable at the right back position. Again, but guys, like I've said, we're not going to address the right back position. We're not going to go out this window. Don't think we're going to go out and sign someone because we're not. There's too many other positions that are needed to be addressed. I promise you, our right backs going forward are going to be Meunier and Marai. So now it's a battle between the two of them. Who's going to be our main man? And I mean, I'm liking the look of Marai right now. Mirai is an absolute tireless machine, and I'm here for it. Well said. Well said. We need to at least to buy one new center back. Agreed. To plug the defensive problem. And if Berkey can't be consistent, I'm sorry to say, but we need new goalkeepers. What do you think, bro? Yeah, I mean, for me, goalkeeper 100%. A new starter. Tchaikovsky's one, for example. Lazio's keeper's another one. Take your pick. A new keeper for me. 100% in center back. I don't know who it's going to be. I just, for example, because you guys asked, I always throw Kamara, but it could be anyone. I'd like to see preferably like a 22-ish, 23-year-old, someone come in who's highly praised and do a job. Koundé's another great example. And then maybe a Neuhaus, depending on our money, or Locatelli in the center midfielder position, and then my boy Malin. And then I'm happy. Also depends on what happens with the futures of Haaland and Sancho, but right now, I don't know. I'm looking good. Brandt is out of form. He's not destroying the attacking speed. And that's why I said the 4-3-2-1 looks better, because when we play in a 4-2-3-1, the guy on the right-hand side, whether that be Brandt or Reina, really don't do much for the game. So having a 4-3-2-1 with Jude and Dahoud, man, it looks a lot better, and it definitely sturdies up the midfield. Since your favorite club is in the Prem is Chelsea, would you mind if Haaland goes there? I don't really want him to go there just because it would break Dortmund fans' heart. I don't think Dortmund fans want to see him go to the Premier League. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on that yet. I'd rather see him go to La Liga because I think that's where he wants to go if he does eventually move on. Sancho was hyping everybody up and had the captain's armband and was hyping Lukaku up. And he stole the ball and was very mature for a player of his age. It is good to see, man. Absolutely it is. Maybe a little update of the best possible transfers for the summer, considering how things have changed so quickly. We could do a video on that. Our transfer videos usually do very well, so we could definitely take a look into doing something along those lines. Oh, yeah. Either keeper, man. Fernando, either keeper. I'd be fine with either one. I think it would depend on if we get Champions League. I feel like it's Tchaikovsky because he's probably the more expensive one because he's a little bit younger. And Lazio's I mean, he lost his position to Pepe Reina, which is ridiculous. So, again, I'd be happy with either one. Thank God for Jude and Dahoud. They can save us from the defense and the mistake of conceding. Yeah, they're absolutely fantastic together. I think that the coach needs to convert Meunier into a CB or a CDM because they have the physicality. I mean, he could play as an outside center back in a 4-3-2-1. He's got the size to be a center back. He has played. I mean, you guys probably see that famous FIFA card. He has played center forward before, so something to maybe think about. But I think potentially he's going to be our backup right back to Mirai. FIFA 21 career mode, I sold Witsel and Brandt and bought Upamecano and Hakimi. I miss Hakimi. Well, Upamecano is peacing out. Do we still want Neuhaus if Dahoud stays? I mean, it depends. Depends, because like if you think about it, look at our CDMs. We have Chan. We have Witsel, but Witsel's future, I mean, he's getting a little bit older, but I think we'll still have Witsel for another season. We have Dahoud, we have Bellingham, and we have Delaney. That's 5. We don't need another CDM unless someone gets shifted. The rumor was Dahoud, so no. If Dahoud stays and he's actually used, then no, Dahoud's got to be in. But if we shift one of them off, then there's nothing wrong with injecting a little bit of money into a CDM. I have no problem with that. If Haaland has to leave, I want him to go to Madrid. I don't know. I don't know where I want him to go, man. I agree. Meunier would be a perfect center back. He's got the physicality and speed for it. He is, but man, I don't know if he's got the composure. That's my biggest problem with him. Premier League ends careers, especially Bundesliga stars. Neuhaus is defensive, and Dahoud is more offensive. They can play together. Again, guys, I don't know if we have the money to invest in a Neuhaus unless we get Champions League football. If we don't get Champions League football, I don't think the center midfielder position would be addressed at all, considering the emerging talent of Jude and Dahoud. And you have Delaney and Chan you can plop in there as well. I mean, that's your 3 going forward. Hummels played okay, but most cost us is clean sheet, and hopefully it's just downhill from here. We will have to see, man. We'll have to see. Bayern wins, and we don't want them, and we'll have to lose. I know. It's ridiculous. Chelsea will ruin Haaland. Look what happened to Werner. He's terrible. Yeah, 69 viewers. Yeah, guys, if you haven't liked the video yet, drop a like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and let me know if you're a new subscriber around here. The community is buzzing, man, and we really appreciate it, and it's been a lot of fun working with Dortmund and seeing all the positive feedback from you guys since this channel has begun. And to get rewarded with a performance like this and a lot of support here on the channel means a lot. Very, very cool to see. Royce11BBB says, hi, how you doing, my friend? If Akanji is not available for Sevilla game, we might be in trouble. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe toss Chan back in there. I don't want Neuhaus. Buy Upamecano. We cannot buy Upamecano. He went to Bayern. I know we talked about replacements, but what if we get players for the back, like buying a player like Malen, who can be a good backup? Yeah, I'm all for buying Donny Malen. He's been my guy since, pretty much start of the year. I've mentioned him. And PSV are now known to be able to have to sell a couple players, so keep an eye on Donny Malen. That's all I'm saying. Plus, I read an article that Rose doesn't want to bring any Gladbach players to Dortmund. I don't know if Rose has said that or if it was a rumor. I did read that article as well, and my biggest thing in comment on that is the relationship right now with Rosa, Gladbach, Dortmund, I think is a little fragile. So I wouldn't be surprised if we sign no Gladbach players. And I wouldn't have a problem with it, man. If we're taking Rosa, I think that's enough. I mean, we've had so many players shift back and forth from Dortmund to Gladbach. I would like to see Rosa come in. I can't wait to see what he's going to do, but I don't want to see, personally, any Gladbach players come to Borussia Dortmund this summer, and I don't know if Gladbach would be very keen on it anyways, so. And plus, like I said, I mean, the only real target, in my opinion, would probably be Neuhaus, and the money I don't think is there. If Haaland leaves, I will miss him so much more than Lewandowski, Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang, and Hummels. I hope he doesn't leave. How are you allowed to still have 5 subs in the Bundesliga? I mean, it's different all around the world, man. I don't know. Maybe Zagadou will be back. Chan is also available as a center back. Yes, he is. Bro, we need a backup striker and a center back. Guys, yeah, if you want right now, quickly, 3 signings. Drakovsky as our new starting goalie. Young, perfect, talented young keeper. Boubacar Kamara as our new center back. I don't even need to address the midfields, man. I'm comfortable with the midfields. And Malen up front. There you go. Those are my main 3. And then whatever happens else of players going out could potentially happen. If you want me to throw in a center defensive midfielder, it's Locatelli. But other than that, those are what I'm looking for. We do need a backup striker. That's why I want Malen, because he can play comfortably on either wing, and he can play through the middle. I don't think we should sell Akanji, don't get me wrong, but he makes too many mistakes. I think we should sell Akanji. We could potentially flip Akanji. I do not know. I'm excited, man. Just think about if we were bringing in Rosa and we're going to sign some players in the summer. Yeah, this channel is going to be a lot of fun covering all of the transfers that happen throughout the course of the summer. The winger would be Malen. He's a duo, man. If Haaland stays, which he's looking very likely to, Malen is a winger, and then if he needs rest, because I mean I know he's a machine, but he will need rest. Malen is your backup striker right there. As easy as that. That's why he's so perfect. Kamara as well for our center back position, and it could be a couple other options. Koundé, Carlos, it just depends where the money's at. And then, of course, we need a new keeper in Drakovsky or Lazio's keeper and potentially a couple other ones. But if we finish top 4, we are looking good because we will have some money and a new manager. Yes, we absolutely will. I doubt we will sign a backup striker. It seems that they'll be looking at Mukuku. Yeah, but again, that's why Malen is so important. Or even Nicolas Gonzalez. Both of these players are very important because, A, they can play a striker role when Haaland's not there. And if they don't have a lot of... They don't want to start potentially Tigges or Mukuku next season because they're still very young and developing. It's nice having either Gonzalez or Malen starting as that striker role. I'd be so comfortable having Malen there. And they also can play on the wing. So when Haaland's in, you can still use them. It's money well spent. So that's what I'm thinking about that. It's funny how we now talk about top 4 like we're going to be rich if we reach it. Before we were just getting ignored. Top 4 is still a ways away. I mean, we're still 6 points out and both teams in front of us are firing. So it will be very interesting. But Malen is versatile. Haaland gets tired. We have Sancho, Malen, Hazard as our attacking. Very, very well said. Drakovsky, Kamara, Malen, Koundé, Carlos, Neuhaus. Not Neuhaus, because again, I don't want to see any Gladbach players comes in. But all right, guys, I have been talking and I've been live since about 11 o'clock from Dortmund's Twitch to now here. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I really appreciate you guys giving us all the support. We are going live tomorrow on Twitch. We work directly with Dortmund's Twitch. We're trying to get our Twitch up. We're going to be building a BVB past and present team, and we're going to be competing the weekend league eventually, and then we're going to get a little bit of training from a Dortmund coach, and then we're going to compare how we did with the training in a weekend league compared to how we did without it. So that should be a pretty fun video. It's just a way to obviously just stay connected, especially working with them like that. So if you guys want to see me tomorrow playing a little bit of FIFA and potentially talking about Borussia Dortmund as well, go over to our Twitch. It's just JJD TV. Follow us there. If you are new around here, definitely subscribe. We really appreciate all the growth we've seen. Like, we're sitting at 49. I know I haven't said that in a while, but, you know, just bump it up before you take out here. Drop a like. And again, I can't thank you guys all enough for all the support. And you will be treated with our Patrick Omayela video that will be popping up sometime, probably tomorrow or Monday. So thank you guys so much again. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and we will see you next time.